Great. All set.
Great.
All right, great. Okay, great job. So, what's a good should we do like a
We should see about applying for Medicaid.
I don't think so. But that's a good idea, but not now.
um,
You're
did,
streaming. You're mentioning anything except for actually like the stuff.
right, but this stuff still needs to get done.
It does. It does. So let's definitely set that as a goal for today. Um, my keyboard's not working. Eric's key. I don't understand why that's connected. But is it though? Let's see. Great.
Oh,
Your best bet's actually there.
those outlets, you mean? Because they're pretty full.
It's pretty full.
It doesn't look like I might have to like unplug something so that it fits. It doesn't fit the way that
I
it's
see.
the only one that's available.
I see. I see. Very good. Okay, then never mind that, I guess.
I mean, you could crack it, just smash it in.
Oh wait, no, this isn't your computer. Oh, okay, great. Okay, no, no, no. Yeah, over here is great. Let's give you a little space here.
Did you find that thing that said you aren't eligible for the marketplaces?
Yeah, that's easy, bro. I just go into my it's all online. That's
Okay.
easy, bro.
No? Okay.
I don't know. I just didn't think that gave you a lot of space. Here, okay, that's good. There you go. Look at that. Tons of space. But yeah, but I don't think we're gonna talk about Medicaid on my stream.
Well, on your stream. That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, we can, but we're definitely not gonna fill out my paperwork on stream. Now how did that? That's really annoying. How did that happen? Did I shut off the phone again? Continuity camera. great. I don't know how that happened. Okie dokie. So hmm. Let's see whether this is what. No, it's not. Where did it go, bro? How is it not even in my applications? Where did it install this mother sucker? What the heck? Well, okay, what is it called then? Oh, Power BI? Oh, okay. No, thank you. Super sus. Why is it not called the same thing as in the store? Okay, great. So, okay. Oh no, I should have done, I guess personal. It theory. Wow, it has its own category. That's awesome. Um. Uh, oh no, I thought I could. I was just trying to test if I could. How did you hear about us? ChatGPT, invite people to your workspace. What is it? Something like that?
Uh-huh.
I do. I use Zoom. Yeah, tasks and projects. That's the docs and wikis. I don't know. Boards and Kanban, maybe. SDI, time tracking, Gantt charts. Oh, lots of interesting stuff. But we'll just uh okay. You want something to drink, bro?
Nope.
You don't? Got some water? You're all set? Okay. Understand the ClickUp hierarchy. Learn the basics of how to set up.
ClickUp is the first everything app for work. When all of your work is in one place, you're happier and more productive. Work inside of ClickUp is organized into spaces. Spaces are commonly categories of work, like departments and teams, but can also be out-of-the-box ClickUp solutions for marketing, development, and CRM. Inside of spaces are docs, chats, whiteboards, and lists. Lists contain tasks, which is what we're viewing right now.
Okay, fuck this. So that's cool. Okay. So that's great. Timesheets. Okay, no dashboard. Great. Simple dashboard. Easily. Which data do you want to visualize? Cool. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Calendar board. Okay. Mhm. All right. So we can think about this stuff when we're at that point. Oh, I know what we can do. I know exactly what would be productive to do now. Great thinking. Here's what we're gonna do, big dog.
Hmm.
We are going to excellent contents. Why did I make this tab? Content. Oh, not did I just copy and paste? What is this? Whatever. I don't even think I need to be looking at this right now. And this is just the tab. Okay. Okay, bro. Um. Oh, fuck off. No, it's okay. Because it's still in the file information, right? Oh, I hope so. Oh, that wouldn't be good. Okay, here's what we can do. Okay. I know what we can do, bro. That's great. Okay, so. Do you have stuff open?
Yeah.
Great. Sweet.
Google Drive. What am I opening?
Ooh. Um.
Oh, that's not it.
On the owner. Okay, great. So here's the deal, Sarah. You know what? I already feel better now that you have the document
I do
open.
too.
Great. So, do you know what this document is, bro?
I don't.
That's okay, bro. So, this document, so let's just take a look at what this, because, I would feel really good, me personally, so now I want to check in with you. I would feel really good if we were making some progress on these videos because it's such a great learning opportunity for us, a great visual opportunity for our audience, and learning opportunity. Where is it, bro?
I don't know where you're looking.
Great participation.
Hi.
That's
Welcome
really
to
good.
my
Thank you.
series on cognitive biases. So this is the introduction video in which
Stop
we're going
it.
to talk.
Shut the fuck up. Great. So, we have, and they're big bangers. Look at that. Minimum views 74. That's huge.
That is huge.
And everyone has a comment. We got minimum 2 likes on every video. Every video is 100% likes. So, and these are hella fun to make, hella fun to watch. You know what these are, bro?
We watched the Czar.
The Zygarnik
There
effect?
you go.
Awesome. Have you watched any of the other ones?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's great. So let's we can pick this bad boy up, and you should have The Art of Thinking Clearly in PDF. I'm actually not gonna take this out because my desk is already a mess. I'm also gonna open it in PDF, I think. Excellent. So, uh, great. So the art of thinking clearly, and you want to learn about the outcome bias, bro? Do you want to tell us about that, and then learn about it some more, or what do you want to do? So you're kind of already a pro, so I feel like I'm insulting you by putting on the video. Maybe you can just show us how good you are with the outcome bias, and then no,
okay.
not that full screen. Yeah,
Oh, is this where she acts like a monkey?
she does. We've seen
So
it.
we've seen this one, but I don't remember, so we can watch it again.
You don't know what the outcome bias is?
No, I don't remember like how you. I just remember.
Oh, we don't need to see how I did it,
Okay.
but
Well, we talked about outcome bias yesterday.
oh my gosh.
So it's the idea that we should not determine, we should not judge an outcome, or we should not judge a decision based on the outcome.
Yeah. And then
Oh.
great job, buddy. So, yeah, I mean, so do you know what a heuristic is?
It's a mental shortcut.
Excellent, 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 excellent. So the outcome bias, I think it should be called the outcome heuristic. And so it's a shortcut, a way to judge a decision by looking at the outcome of the decision, right? Okay. We have to use that heuristic. We just shouldn't trust it too much because of all the ways that it can be wrong.
So there are, we should think about all of the other ways that we can judge a decision other than the outcome.
You
Like
speak
the-
up.
We should judge a decision by more complicated factors like
Well, no, we need to use the outcome heuristic, but we just shouldn't trust it. And then, yeah, for some decisions, when it's like really important to evaluate the decision, we should look at other stuff besides the outcome. Yeah, because we're not trying to be reasonable all the time. Right, that's not possible.
right.
So we rely on these heuristics for good reason.
But why does he say never judge a decision?
To be hyperbolic. Because you would exhaust yourself if you just never used that. It says, in conclusion, never judge a decision purely by its result, especially when randomness or external factors play a role. So you see how he says never and then says especially? I don't think he really meant never, never, ever, ever. Yeah, okay, so it's so much fun. So what we can do is we can plan another one of these, bro. That would be fun, wouldn't it? It's so great. And you
You
know
mean
what you said
video,
is
right?
great. Huh?
You mean plan another video?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what you said is great. That's right. Say it again loud and proud. You said the outcome bias. Yeah, we should. Yeah. All I wanted to add is for important. I just get worried that people think I'm trying to change their daily thinking, and I'm really just trying to change their relationship to their daily thinking, how much they trust their daily thinking, and also change how they approach the big important problems. But you know, heuristics all day long. But then sometimes we have to be like, "Ooh, these aren't actually reliable heuristics, and I may need to spend some time with this one and take in other information, think about other aspects." So, for instance, occasionally, what were you gonna say that you would want to do with the outcome, or if you're trying to judge a decision, and it's like important that you actually try to judge it well, so you're not just gonna rely on the heuristic.
Right.
So, what are you gonna look at?
One thing could be looking at the values used to make a decision, the moral aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, yeah, especially how consistent the decision was with those values.
Mm-hmm.
Was it consistent or not with those values?
Also, what processes you use to
Yeah.
make that decision? Were they solid,
Yeah.
sound processes?
Yeah. Like, did you collect some information? Were you paying attention to some good stuff? Yeah. So concretely, in the case of the, so we're on 88. We can go left, the no truck route, or we can go right, where there are the Mannheim exits and more lanes. Right? And the question is, which way should we go?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I didn't. what popped in my head were past experiences of either being caught in congestion on the left route or on the right route. And what popped in my head were um, complications of all the lanes and all the entering and exiting on the right route. And the fact that it's far from the fast lane. Okay, so now I told you what kind of went into my decision. And does that sound fair to you?
Yeah.
Sounds fair to you? Okay. So then even if we had got, yeah.
But then it's so I wonder like because those judgments are based on your experience. Like I don't know, you haven't I'm just trying to articulate that you haven't driven on those like roads like super recently. So
True. Not in the last 10 years, bro. That was my first time in 10 years, bro.
so like your recollection of the congestion or whatever, like maybe they did construction.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Good.
So like
So that's kind of maybe potentially outdated information.
yeah, so
And so that's something to keep in
Yeah.
mind. So then let's say that we had hit a bunch of congestion on the left route and the right route was just zooming by.
mhm.
Then, or let's say if we didn't, let's say the left route, based on the outcome, looks like the right decision. We still have to evaluate. Yeah, but were those experiences actually relevant? So now that we've come the left route, we look around and we say, oh, but that wasn't there before. So this might not have been the best decision. Looks like they reworked the right route. And it just happened to seem like the right decision because of this time of day there isn't much traffic. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job. Okay, great. So we got you, and that's the start of You Are Not So Smart. So now I'll open up. Or are you opening it up too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think I have it, but
Yeah,
maybe I don't.
I think you do.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, fun.
That's awesome. Okay, now another thing that we can look at is let's get my hard drives plugged in. And let's see what footy I already have for this. Like this one? I don't think so. Need to plug this one in. Oh, that's plugged in there. Great. Plug. Where's black, bro? Oh, there it is. Great. So let's get FCP open. And let's see, I gotta go pee.
Why do we need FCP open?
Because
Oh, you're gonna find videos on the biases.
yeah, sort of, basically. Um, yeah. I'm going to find. That's gonna be annoying. That's okay. I'm going to find. Here we go. Why are those in your hits? Those should be in Sassy. Okay, so, oh, great. Look, I already downloaded them into here. Oh, that's so fun. So where's the reading? Here we go. Got it. Oh, it's so fun. I didn't realize I'd already done this. What am I trying to put? Put 2025 E 27B. I remember how I used to call these. Okay. Boom. Okay, great. That's that's all right. Do this, except no, it'll be the browser. Great. 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 I don't know. Let's see what it sounds like, but we definitely have to turn it down a bit. Great.
To reading this sentence, and taken as a whole, it seems real. The truth
Something
is,
sounds funny.
there's a growing body of work.
Doesn't sound good. What if I?
And why you did the things you did leading up to reading this sentence, and taken as a whole, it seems real.
Huh.
The truth is, there's a growing body of work coming out of psychology and cognitive science that says
That's my fault. I put the mic too close to it. Okay. So then, what do I do about that?
you have no clue why you act the way you do. Choose the things you choose, or think the thoughts you think. Instead, you create narratives, little stories to explain away why you gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was best for you.
Okay, no biggie. And then let's go here, and let's, No, that's fine, but no, fudge, you fool, you utter fool. You're supposed to import it directly from my phone, so now I have no control over the cinematism. It's okay. Go up to Peter. Okay, so much
A
fun.
roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah. Sarah's doing a great job.
He needs a better partner.
No, stop. You're doing so great, buddy. You're doing so
I'm
great.
not. I feel like this. I also think you did this somewhere else, but like just maybe is it just here? But like the examples in the books of all of the Warsaw illusions
Great
is really
job,
helpful.
buddy. So good.
And I don't know. I mean, you like I really need to do this. I don't think you need to work on this
No, we do. That's what do you mean? Yeah.
because you know them. You know.
No, I don't. Saw yesterday. I don't. That's great. So we'll do that. That's great, and we'll be able to do that as we're figuring out these scenes. That is so fun.
Together a story about who you are.
So you can't
why you do
edit
things you
the
can't
audio
do.
or like
Take it as a whole.
manipulate
It
it.
seems real.
I can. I know. I personally, someone could,
Enough to read it.
and
But
I
you
can
don't.
if I learn how.
Take it as a whole.
But it like imported it in a way that is
No, it's
harder,
recorded. Oh, right. No, that has to do just with the blurry background.
oh
You know, you can change the focus if I had imported it directly from but it's good because it's cute. It's you know, it has focus on her,
right.
nice background. So I don't need to do anything with the focus. I just need to do something about this audio.
Right. But you can't or
I don't know. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I
alright,
can.
yeah, let's ask.
So let's give her let's record it. Phones up there.
Instead, you create narratives. Little stories to explain away why you gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was predicted.
So maybe we can just like share this clip with her. Could we? Is that possible somehow to export a range like that? We'll just do a screen recording maybe. Seems really complicated, but that's what we're gonna do. Super simple. Record selected portion. Okay, whatever. Record.
Instead, you create narratives. Little stories to explain away why you gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story.
Great. Stop recording. They do it. Okay. Where's the recording, bro? June 8th. Why did it start so? No, just irritable. It is not actually annoying. You are just irritable. So do not justify it. Don't even say it's. I don't know that Shrill is even
Have you asked ChatGPT to listen to something? Like evaluate audio quality and like.
No.
Okay. I didn't know I can do that. I listened to the clip and you're right. Some harsh P's or B's. ChatGPT can do anything. It's the audio. I gotta fix it.
Okay, excellent.
Does it help? Did it give you information you can use?
Can you speak up?
Did the ChatGPT give you good information?
Great question.
Actionable information.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Here's a step-by-step fix using built-in tools. Looks pretty actionable. Great job. Now I'm thinking about the layout. Look at it,
Oh.
thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Automatic
Okay,
layout.
great. So anyway, so we'll see. So that can do that. And
why you gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly
the
remember.
plosives are fine. I don't hear the plosives. So I don't know what she's talking about. All right, so we're gonna follow these instructions right now because I'll be reassured. Okay, so great. So that is so what you can do is you can look at the U chapter if you want, and while I'm doing this, and think about some ways to film it.
The U chapter?
Mm-hmm.
This right here?
Yeah, that's where you would type your ideas. But the U chapter is actually in the book You're Not So Smart.
Oh.
But actually, it's right there, so you don't need to
Oh,
look at
right.
the PDF.
Oh, wait, so but I don't understand.
Yeah, that's great.
Like what uh what
Great.
is
So now it's a
this?
great chance for you to figure that out. So maybe let's see.
Oh, okay.
You can look at Y29. So go to do you see the 3 lines here? Great. And go to Y29. There it is.
Why can't I look at it?
And then here we have, I don't think this was like the final thing I used, but you can see I mapped out all the shots and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because you can't go full screen, or that you don't need to see more, I guess. It's
I
nice
should be
'cause,
able
like, it tells you.
do full screen, right? I mean, that seems like view.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
No,
Yeah, that's
full
right, full screen.
There
But
we
also
go.
there's this button, right? That doesn't do anything. There you go. Good. Good. Excellent. Yeah.
Could have just done that, so I didn't,
No, but you
show
did.
my ignorance. Right?
No. That
Always.
you've done 2 different types of full screen now, so now it's actual full screen. No, seriously.
You have to do both.
You do have to do both. Because you see all the toolbars are missing now from, I don't know how to get them back though.
I think just escape, right?
Yeah, escape's just gonna take you out of the out of that full screen. Oh, there you go. Okay, great. So now you can do this,
I know you have to. Yeah, there we go.
and then
I think you just.
and there's that. So that's better, because the other full screen, all this stuff went away. But also, maybe you don't like full screen. I'm a full screen guy.
No, I definitely. Yeah, I just didn't. It didn't occur to me how easy it would be. Like I was like, oh, I can't do it because I just.
Very good.
Okay, so this is like this is the text, right, of You Are Not So Smart.
That's right. I feel like she's completely wrong about what the problems are, but let's check it out. Wish I should do. Okay, low shelf frequency. No, low shelf filter. Huh. Alright, low shelf. Cut frequencies. I don't see this low shelf filter. Damn it. Okay. Low shelf on off. Low shelf frequency. What boominess are you even talking about, bro? Left side. I don't even know what you mean by left side. Bro, this is gibberish to me. High shelf. Oh, low shelf gain. Is that something you wanted?
gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the cloud.
Yeah.
Face on it. Why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the clown with the peg leg.
Hey, where did it go? Oh.
Pull down the range around 4 to 10. What? 4. Okay. 404 kilohertz. 4,000. Okay, 4,000 to 10,000. And I'm pulling something down.
You clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the clown with the prefer Apple over Microsoft. You clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the clown with the peg leg made of soup cans. It was really Adam. And it was Beth who told you a story about why you prefer Apple over Microsoft. You clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the clown with the peg leg made of soup cans. It was really Adam. And it wasn't clown. Take a moment to look around the room in which you are reading. Just for a second, see the effort that went into not only what you see, but the centuries of progress. Centuries of progress leading to the inventions surrounding you. Start with your shoes, and then move to the book in your hands. Then look story about the clown with the peg leg made of soup cans. It was really Adam, and it wasn't clown. Take a moment to look around the room which you are reading.
Went inside.
Just for a second, see the effort that went into not only what you see, but the centuries of progress leading to the inventions surrounding you. You clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the clown with the peg leg made of soup cans. It was really Adam, and it wasn't a clown. Take a moment to look around the room which you are reading. Just for a second, see the effort that went into
It does sound better though, doesn't it?
the centuries of progress narratives.
A little bit.
Little stories to explain away why you gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the clown with the peg leg made of soup cans.
And it really looks like she's doing that voice
it does.
too.
Take a moment to look around the room which you are reading. Just for a second, see the effort that went into not only what you see, the centuries of progress leading to the inventions surrounding you. Start with your shoes. And then move to the book in your hand. Then look to the machines and devices grinding and peeking in every corner of your life.
I think it sounds much better. You just said a little bit.
Computer, the ambulance,
I think
wailing down the
I'm-
street far away.
It's the
Contemplate.
that
Before
voice
we get down to business,
with
how amazing
Cairo
it
is
that
weird
humans
to me.
have solved
But
That's
so
Chopin.
many problems,
yeah,
constructed so
the lower
much in all the
voice,
places where people linger.
I think sounds better than
Buildings and cars.
her natural.
electricity.
Just weird coming from her.
What a piece of work is man, right? What triumphs of rationality, you know? You are, and why you did the things you did leading up to reading this sentence. And taken as a whole, it seems real. Take a moment to look around the room,
Yeah.
please, about how smart you and the rest of the human race have become. Yet, you lock your keys in the car. You forget what you were about to say.
I think it sounds better.
Yeah.
Great job, everybody. Okay.
So you figured it out. ChatGPT figured it out.
No, ChatGPT was talking nonsense, bro. I just lowered the pitch and that did it. Let's see if we turn off the stuff ChatGPT said.
You clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story
Oh, no.
about the cloud with the peg.
Still useful, what ChatGPT said.
Damn it, dude. Abbott. God damn it, Abbott.
Why you gave up on that diet, why you prefer Apple over Microsoft, why you clearly remember it was Beth who told you a story about the cloud with the peg leg made of soup cans. It was really Adam, and it wasn't a clown. Take a moment to look around the room. Which you are reading. Just for a second, see the effort that went into not only what you see, but the centuries of progress. It was Beth who told you a story about the clown with a peg leg made of soup cans. It was really Adam, and it wasn't a clown.
I don't know, bro.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that if you open channel EQ plugin, it's not the S's, it's the fucking A's, bro.
Before we get down to business, how amazing is that humans have slims wailing down the street far away? Toaster,
Where is
thing is.
how? Oh,
Before we get down to business, how amazing.
see, that's better. That could be a lot worse.
Before we get down to business, how amazing.
That how right there could be a lot worse. So if, for instance, we turn off the effects, let's listen to that how then.
Simply. Before we get down to business, how amazing.
Yeah. And we add the effects back.
Contemplate. Before we get down to business, how amazing.
That's much better. What if we leave the pitch where it's at?
Ambulance wailing down the street far away. Contemplate. Before we get down to business, how amazing it is.
I think it's still better even without the pitch change, right?
It was Beth who told you a story about the clown with a peg leg made of soup cans. down to business, how amazing. Before we get down to business, how amazing.
I think the pitch does help.
Before we get down to business, how amazing it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The corner of your life. Yet, you often pray. What triumphs of rationality, you know? Hands. Then look to the machines and devices grinding and beeping in every corner of your life. Toaster, computer, the ambulance wailing down a street far away. Contemplate. Before we get down to business, how amazing it is that humans have solved so many problems, constructed so much in all the places where people linger. Buildings and constructed so much in all the places. Constructed so much in all the places where people linger. Buildings and cars, electricity and language. What a piece of work is man, right? What triumphs of rationality, you know? If you really take it all in, you can become enamored with a smug belief about how smart you and the rest of the human race have become. Yet, you offer these.
Who's that?
My cousin.
Yet, you can become enamored with a smug belief about how smart you and the rest of the human race have become. Yet, you lock your keys in the car. Lock your keys in the car. Forget. Lock your keys. Yet, lock your keys in the car. Forget what you were about to say. You get fat. You go broke. Others do it too. From bank crises to sexual escapades, we can all be really stupid.
Yeah. Don't know. Hey, Steve. Huh?
Let me know when is a good time to give you tips.
His gift?
Yeah, do the dinner.
That's
Do
good.
it later.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Later.
And then we get for the Cairo name test done. That's good. You were here for Mother's Day
That's
weekend.
right.
Father's Day
Oh my
weekend.
goodness.
Doing a good job.
I'm gonna bring the card down.
What's the
so you
spot?
can- For you to
Hey, sorry, I got distracted. How you doing? Are you still there, Steve?
Steve.
Steve is
ChatGPT.
a Turkish 19-year-old.
Oh, he's on the live.
He's on the live. He's on the live.
Oh.
Can you remind him we have to keep that door locked?
So this morning,
Yeah.
I had sent up the photograph to the UNAC. They're the people who did that post. So listserv, the photograph of you two holding the banner. And you know when those other women climbed up and one of them held the banner with you?
Yeah.
So that was a great photograph because it looked as though there was more support for it than there actually was.
Right.
So I sent that up to the UNAC listserv, and then we had this conference. UNAC,
Like a photo like this?
Yeah, that was the one I sent up.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good photo, isn't it?
Great
Those
photo.
ladies look as though they're in full support.
Yeah.
And when there's three speakers and a moderator, Joe Lombardo and three speakers, and when they'd finished, I'd send up ask for questions. So I'd send up a question about how do we build a mass movement.
Yeah.
And then Joe says, mentioned that I'd sent up this photograph of the poster at the
Did he say, oh, the guy who asked us this question?
he said Francis Lawrence had posted a photograph on our listserv this morning.
He didn't know Francis Lawrence was asking that question, right?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
And that and that the UNIC poster, and he was pretty pleased that it was up there. And then they spent the next 30 minutes discussing my question.
Very good. Awesome job.
So they got some publicity. Then I got email. So Joe Lombardo mentioned that was a No to NATO poster in Chicago. These are people who attended the Chicago thing but didn't see it.
So do you think you're going to be fired?
Fired from Oh,
I
and you?
mean, hopefully the people don't look at that thing, but like technically that has nothing to do with what the office does.
Yeah.
No to NATO, no war.
I mean, we don't audit NATO.
Right, yeah. Nobody audits NATO.
That's the
unfortunately.
problem.
Yeah. That's a great photo, isn't it? All those
It is.
fully support.
Right?
Yeah.
So you got
That is
black
awesome.
person and then females.
Yeah.
It's very
Black and then not a
that's great,
white
isn't
man
it?
in there, bro.
got a white man in there.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah. That's so great how they did that. They
Yeah.
had no
That
idea.
is, right? Yeah.
They're on the NATO listserv website now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no NATO.
Right. But we got it. And that's fine. It's not nice about deprecating.
Can I see what you asked?
Mm-hmm. Suppose someone makes a lot of self-deprecating jokes, but also actually believes in a lot of her jokes. How might the people around a low self-esteem person suffer? And could that motivate such a person to find her low self-esteem and self-deprecation less noble?
Absolutely. This is a deep and important question. And yes, seeing how low self esteem hurts others can often be a powerful and humbling motivator for change. Let's unpack how chronic self deprecation and low self worth can affect others, and how that might shift someone's view of it from harmless humility or noble modesty to something more complicated and urgent. First, a premise. Self deprecating humor can be charming, disarming, and relatable in small doses. But when it reflects or reinforces deep self loathing or chronic insecurity, it stops being harmless and starts relationally bleeding.
Also, because if someone cares about you, you can't just tell them to turn off. So like, I mean, it's constant, right? It's all the time. It's every opportunity.
You talking about me?
Self-deprecation. Yeah. So you can ask me to just not care about you, in which case, okay, we'll just stop hanging out. But you can't ask me to care about you and also not feel motivated to make you feel better when there's this constant, oh, I'm shit and useless. Right? Does that make sense? No?
Can you say that again?
Yeah. If someone cares about you, part of caring is having an instinct to reassure. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So someone cares about you, part of that package, that care package, is an instinct to reassure. So you are constantly triggering that instinct. And you can't just tell someone who cares about you, hey, I want you to care about me, but not care if I have low self-esteem and not try to do anything about it ever or have that instinct ever. You can't just turn that off in someone, right? No, does that make sense?
Yeah.
How low self-esteem
Wait,
hurts
hold
the
on,
people
hold on.
around
What
you.
is relational bleeding?
I don't know. We're
Okay.
gonna start. Oh, I guess it starts bleeding into the relationship.
Oh.
1. Emotional drain on loved ones. Constant self-belittling creates a
Well,
low
yeah,
emotional
here.
tone others must constantly correct, reassure, or absorb. People can feel helpless, frustrated, or burdened trying to lift someone who chronically tears herself down. Effect. Over time, friends may withdraw emotionally, feel resentful, or even blame themselves for your pain. 2. Makes genuine connection harder. People may walk on eggshells, afraid to offer compliments, praise, or even joke playfully. Vulnerable conversations get detoured into your insecurities instead of mutual sharing. Effect. Others feel like they're not seen or received fully. The friendship starts to revolve around your wounded
It's not
self-worth.
this bad. That's not the case for you. It's not that bad.
3. Infectious self-image. Low self-esteem can spread.
Oh yeah, and then I feel like an asshole if I'm not on that level, on your level. Like if I'm feeling okay about myself, I'm feeling like I'm not useless garbage, then I feel like an arrogant piece of shit.
Does that really happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
If someone constantly frames herself as worthless, lazy, unlovable, or unchangeable, it can negatively shape others' views of you and of themselves. Especially younger or emotionally sensitive people may begin to absorb this mindset as a model. Effect.
Oh yeah, Robin. I was thinking about that with Robin.
Oh.
About how you just kept talking shit about yourself. Oh, stupid Aunt Sarah can't even do some fucking
Oh.
laces. I'm such garbage. And I was thinking, oh, a 4-year-old girl probably should.
Unintentionally become a teacher of despair, which may deeply hurt those who once looked up to you. 4. Refusal to receive love. Self-deprecation often comes with a refusal to accept kindness, admiration, or celebration. Loved ones may feel rejected when you dismiss their love or treat it as mistaken or naive. Effect. Over time, they stop offering it. The relationship becomes uneven, transactional, or emotionally closed. 5. Moral trap. Self-punishment as virtue. Many people with low self-esteem frame their self-hatred as a kind of moral humility or realism. At least I'm not full of myself like those narcissists. I don't deserve praise. I'd rather stay honest and hard on myself. But this can become a form of control. If I hate myself enough, you can't hurt me. Worse, it can become an identity where self-hate feels safe, familiar, even noble. Effect. Others can't help or connect because your self-hate is your armor and their love feels like an intrusion. Could seeing this change her perspective? Yes. In fact, many people only begin to work on their self-esteem when they realize that Their pain is contagious. Their jokes are actually making others sad. Their self-deprecation teaches others to devalue them. And that self-hate isn't virtuous. It's involuntary cruelty to those who care that moment. Of realizing that what feels like harmless realism or modest humor is actually a source of pain can be the first crack in the armor. A healthier reframe. What if I learned to receive love not just for my own healing, but so that the people who love me don't have to carry my pain for me? This can be a powerful ethical motivator, shifting from a self-improvement narrative to a love-respecting narrative. If this is about you or someone close to you, you don't have to stop making jokes, but it might help to ask, would I say this about someone I love? Would I let someone say it about someone I love? If not, it might be time to stop saying it to yourself. Let me know if you'd like help crafting a new script, habit breaker, or reflective prompt.
Heard? Alright, great job.
I will look back at that.
Great job. Great job. Okie dokie. So, great. So, let's, we can pull this up.
Do you think there's like any like comedian that is able to do that effectively?
Bro, a comedian is on stage in front of millions of people. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're just in front of a bar. So if they're just like at a bar, at an open mic, no, not really. I mean, yes, but the audience is gonna. I mean, no, the audience will. So it's all about the balance. It only works if the person seems like they're actually okay.
Okay.
And that we're not contributing to their suicide by laughing at their self-deprecating jokes. Yeah. So yeah, and if it's like a famous comedian, absolutely. You know, it's someone who already has high status. So great, they're bringing themselves down and we're able to enjoy it.
Okay.
But if then the usher starts trying to make jokes, so yeah, you know, I barely even got this job. I want to be a comedian, but I can't make anyone laugh. I'm just like, I'm every single time I tell a joke, it's just like nobody is happy, and so the best I can do is like be an usher and, you know, try to like learn from them because I'm absolutely shit. You know, people are gonna laugh awkwardly, bro. They're not gonna be entertained by this usher.
Have you ever seen Richard Pryor?
Is this a counter argument to anything
No,
I'm
I'm
saying?
just asking. I'm just
No,
wondering.
no, I haven't. Tell me about Richard Pryor.
I mean, he's like very self-deprecating, but I understand what you're saying that he was a sensation, so it's not really
It's irrelevant. I'm there's nothing wrong with self-deprecating.
right.
It's only when it's what she said in small doses. Yeah, and only when people need to be disarmed, you know, when it's relatable. But not when it feels like you're actually just stating your beliefs. Those aren't jokes, bro.
I don't. Those aren't my beliefs, though. But
I think they are, bro.
okay, right. That's yes, that is. You have.
You have said about 6 times today about how you are crashing this weekend and can offer nothing to my family except for maybe this screen thing. So this weekend you have said that a bunch of times. You don't really believe any of that? You think you're like a joy to visit
your
to have over
parents
in that?
are so welcoming. So I don't actually. actually.
And you don't feel bad about their welcoming because you've also made comments about, oh no, oh my gosh, you guys have been so nice. You gave me steak. I need to give you steak.
Yeah.
I can't stay for dinner again. You guys have already been so
You do
generous,
feel
and I don't
badly
deserve
about
that.
Their generosity.
You do
Because
feel badly about the
well, just
generosity.
because it feels one-sided, don't you? Wouldn't you feel like if some parents were like feeding you and like giving you free beer and stuff, that you would be like, oh, I maybe shouldn't, maybe I should like do something for them because they
No.
no.
No, that's.
Okay.
I mean, that's like. Have you ever gone to like a South American, Central, like a Latino or Indian or whatever family's home? Well, I know you haven't gone to their house, but
That was mean.
okay.
That was mean. That wasn't
So
nice.
you see how you do feel a real like. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about that, but no, like they, especially parents, they want to like take
No,
care
but-
of you. You're not
but-
supposed to like feel like, oh my gosh, I got to do something
Okay.
for them. When
No,
a host
because-
is nice to you,
because this is how I've grown up, right? So like my dad doesn't like you. Doesn't want you coming over. And anytime my mom would do something for my friends, she would always talk about it. And she would talk about their lack of gratitude, and so this is like the
Yeah.
only thing that I know, Erin.
Yeah. that makes sense.
So it's a process of unlearning that is
Yeah.
maybe not how other people feel.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about Letitia that is still very hard for me to understand is that the way that she acts around, like she can be so pleasant and she can pretend, she can fake herself, and then that person's gone and suddenly she's talking about how much she doesn't like them. And it like, even still, it's like whiplash. It's like, how did you put on that act?
Yeah.
So that, anyway, I'm
So
like,
that
maybe
would
they're
be terrifying. That would be, if I grew up with that, I would also be, yeah, I would not, yeah. So I get why you don't trust people's sort of generosity.
yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
You can trust my parents. They haven't said anything.
No, I mean,
And
they seem like both your parents seem very genuine.
But you've seen people seem genuine and not be, so I get it.
It's weird. I wish my mom could just tell the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why she feels like she has to put on an act, and then she can only state her true feelings when she's with like me and my dad or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, these people are really confused. They think you like them, right? Like,
Right.
nobody knows how you feel.
Right.
And so then I have to pretend like you like that. You know what I mean? It's very
Yeah.
difficult, disorienting.
Yeah. I'm glad you're comfortable, telling me about, what your dad says, once I'm gone and stuff. That's good. I'm glad I'm a person that you can share that
But I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
with. Go ahead.
No, were you going to say something?
Mm-mm.
It seems like your whole life you've been really honest with your parents, and that's just like how you've been. And that's just like totally, like, even, yeah, just talking about emotions and stuff, not even necessarily like I did this thing that I want to tell you about, but like I'm feeling this way was always like, so it's just I don't know if I'm conveying how much of like a 180 this household is from my own household, and it's great. You're really lucky
I'm
that
very
you had
lucky.
people that were like encouraging you to be honest. Like, also just so many times that my parents would be like, you know, don't say anything about this thing that I'm telling you. You know, you can't talk about this. It's like, why? This is just our lives. Why is it a secret, you know? Um, yeah, I think that's why.
You want some wine, bro? Do you? You don't have
Why are
some
you
wine.
acting?
Well, I'm gonna have
Oh,
a beer. And
okay.
I just want you to stay loose. That's all. You're doing so great.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. I like talking to you about these things, but sometimes I just feel like it's hard for you to see my perspective because my parents are very different.
Yeah. But I'm
Like, just
pretty good at
even like Bahar being like not telling you, right? Like, why did he wait until you were asking about medical records to say, and then just he knows you weren't in. I've told him many times you weren't in this country, and even since, you know, before you texted him or before that exchange, I was like, he doesn't have a primary care doctor. Like, I you know, anyway, so it's like, what is this? Like, why? What is this message?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not real. What it is, okay, it looks like I finally have to tell you that I don't actually want to work with you.
Right. Right. And that
I have to, you know.
That's the sort of form of communication that I am accustomed to. It's like kicking it down the road until we're backed into a corner, and then I guess I'll have to tell you how I really feel.
And I think it's a miracle you are the way that you are, Sarah. And I've been thinking that even since before this conversation. You're clearly someone who wants to be able to be. Where are you going? Do you need to go? You need something? You're allowed to sit. You just stood up so quickly.
I was just coming.
I'm gonna go see. Hang out outside. Go away.
I don't like if I asked my dad why he didn't, well, first of all, I don't think he would necessarily acknowledge that he doesn't like you, because I don't think he can articulate why. And that's also another confusing thing, right? Like my parents not liking people, but not having any reason. So it just sort of influences.
Or they, yeah.
Or a reason. You right? No, there are. It's just biases. um. Yeah, like what. You've been really helpful. You've taken care of Abbott, and even so, like a couple times when I've said Eris is gonna come take out Abbott, my dad has said like, oh, we can ask someone else. So one of the people that he was gonna ask was Jaime,
The neighbor, yeah.
the neighbor. So Jaime ties his dogs up outside, does not walk them. Jaime like let his dog out and the dog got run over by a car. Jaime is not a good dog owner. We all know this. Jaime's dog bit Captain. Like Jaime is not responsible in a lot of areas, but like we have like hard evidence. Like a couple years ago, his dog got out, and I like it was like on Christmas Eve, so I was at home and I had to like run around the neighborhood and get the dog. Yeah, and Jaime's also like very hostile towards me personally because I told him one time that Abbott was a murderous dog, and he didn't like. I mean, he is. You know what I mean? Like I just.
That Abbott was a murderess?
Like he could be, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like because of his dog because his dog bit Captain. So I was like, if your dog goes for my dog, it might not be the same thing.
Right.
So yeah, so it's and I told that to Caroline too, and her reaction was the same. Like, why would one suggest Jaime?
Right.
That's the worst person.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he might be a little loco. A little special.
Jaime?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
in his basement, incel radicalized.
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think has some kind of untreated mental illness. I mean, he's depressed, but then he might also like have might be like bipolar and just never really.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him to like walk his dogs.
Mm-hmm.
He still wants dogs, so they just get tied up outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. But I think it's like you're like threatening. I don't know. I just think it's like you're just so honest. Like, okay, another example that I wanted to mention was like weed. So like I have this on my body, right? This is never going away.
Right.
And yet still there is like a refusal to understand that Sarah likes marijuana,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Very confusing. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not like hiding this anymore. Like this is,
Right.
and yet my dad was like, oh, like I didn't know that. I was like, you didn't know that? I think you just don't want to.
Yeah.
So it's a refusal to live in reality. Sometimes it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking, yeah, and how can we, yeah. So we've got a lot of great material to be able to apply our understanding to people, situations. Because we don't, although we're not going to understand everything, I know that I know there's something after the confusion and the frustration, or maybe the frustration. So, like, for me, it's very, very confused by people, right? Because people are supposed to be rational, and then I was seeing them not be, right? And I was very confused, and we're going to continue to be confused until at some point we're going to be able to look at even these humans that are close to us as just brains, bro. And it'll be like, yeah, I mean, well, brains do wacky shit, of course, you know. And living in reality is not as easy as we thought. Or it's not even possible, actually. But we can be, you know, we can be a little more faithful to the information from reality. Maybe. And, but yeah, so, yeah, I was frustrated and angry for a long time because I was confused. And then once I started putting together it theory and stuff, my expectations adjusted, and now I can almost instinctively sort of come up with explanations to what would seem weird behaviors if we expected humans to be rational. So that's the future, bro. Not to discourage the frustration and confusion
No.
now. That has to happen now. But to add to the back of your mind, you know, this idea that these things are sort of normal and some kind of, you can come up with a narrative that where it's not so confusing. And so we're not gonna rush that. We're gonna see that happen. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but I'm really good at bringing it back to that. But anyway, so yeah, Quad, Tisha. No, it's really a miracle that you don't just straight up justify it and justify your mousiness and stuff, and then you just doesn't seem like you adopted their sort of beliefs and perspectives. Like your behavior, and of course, was influenced and was, you know, or even determined by this upbringing, but like your beliefs weren't. I mean, politically, and then also just about, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Great job, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think my dad ever made a compelling argument for his beliefs, so maybe
No, you're not rational, bro. It's not like you just needed. Well, I guess you're saying compelling, so that can. You never made an argument that's saying for you,
Right.
right? So that still underlines what I'm saying is that that's weird that a father's argument for his beliefs to which his wife more or less subscribes to, even if she's not like an avid supporter, she's like, all right, sure, fine, right?
Yeah, but she just doesn't care.
Yeah, right. So either way, she's not disagreeing, right? So he is the source of beliefs in the family. And the fact that they didn't sing for you, is it's cool that you, the fact that he's, I guess your dad, wasn't enough for it because it sang for Caroline, didn't it? I mean, she doesn't agree with him on everything, maybe, but it sounds like they're pretty aligned. So yeah, I worked on her, bro. Are you the youngest? Paul's older than you?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were the mid. I thought Paul was younger. And did it work on Paul? So, yeah. It must have gotten lazy when you came along. Didn't really try to. They thought, oh, she's gonna understand. And you're like, I don't get it, bro. Why are we so mad at these immigrants? That's great.
I remember, so I had an experience. Okay, so I was talking to my mom, and she was telling me that I need to go to Springfield twice a month. That I am not being a responsible homeowner if I go one time a month.
Okay.
And I was like, why? Mom, you need to communicate a reason.
Right.
A reason because I said so. And this is like last week.
Right.
So like
So
growing
how
up.
old were you?
But
You're probably
growing
in your
up,
30s
this
then.
right,
Wow.
right, and still no explanation. I'm just supposed to
Yeah.
just buy into
Yeah.
what she's saying.
Yeah.
Like I just said so.
Yeah.
That's the argument. But like anyway, I that was. I mean, maybe that was part of it because it's like this has no value what you're saying because you can't even make a claim.
Mhm.
Like you don't have a single reason because I said so is not a reason.
Right. Certainly not giving.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like we don't even need to give a reason for why we're doing things.
Right.
We just do them because Letty thinks that was like the first the first like thought she had, you know, the livered.
Great.
And so it
vocabulary. What was the first one? The 2 months thing, or because
Right.
I said so?
No,
The
2 months.
I mean, twice a month.
It's just like I can't imagine either of your parents saying that. Like I just
Oh, I mean, they do. I mean, humans are like this. My dad, what he'll do is he'll just repeat it over and over again. And you're like, okay, you just keep saying I have to go back twice a month. But why? And he'll say, well, of course you do.
oh
But you have to be a good homeowner. Right, I get it. You're just
Right.
using other words now. Why does that make me a good homeowner? All right, listen, I've given you my opinion. If you don't want to hear it, then I don't know why you asked for it. I didn't ask for
Right.
it. Okay, well,
well
just saying, if you want to do a good job, you're going to be there twice a month. Now I've said my piece.
I'm thinking about like Robin and Kiana. Like Kiana will give her baby child like
Right.
real reasons why
Right.
she can't, and it blows my mind
Yeah.
because literally at 30 years old I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
Um,
My mom will try to read my mind, figure out why I'm objecting to it, rather than just like answering my
Oh.
question. So let's say she says to me, okay, I mean, you're going to do what you want to do, and that's something that she's learned. And I didn't want to teach her that I'm just going to do what I want to do. I want to teach her to engage with me and explain why she doesn't think I should do it and give me the reasons for it. But for her, the only option seemed to be either to tell me not to do it or to just stay out of it. But no, you can tell me not to do it. You can tell me why not to do it.
Okay.
And we can have an actual conversation about it. We haven't gotten quite to that point. So let's say she says, okay, well, I think that, I mean, she'll give a little bit of a reason, maybe. Maybe I'm not being fair to her, and maybe I should, acknowledge that Letitia's worse. But let's say that, let me just try to play it out in my head. So she says, okay, but, do you think that maybe you should go, twice a month? Mom, sounds like you think I should go twice a month. Why do you? No, hey, you know best. You'll do what you're going to do. I'm just thinking, maybe it would be good to go twice a month. Okay? So why should I go twice a month? Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, I just, maybe at some point I could coax a reason out of her. I gotta fart. So I'm gonna face this way. We're gonna hope it's not too bad, and then we'll evacuate if it is.
and breathe out my mouth.
Yeah. Or out of, oh yeah, you're gonna try to breathe out of your mouth, yeah. It's kind of gross picturing my fart molecules going into your mouth, though. I like the idea of them being filtered by your nose hairs. That's okay. You do what you like.
Thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me that is what happened.
We do have fun though, don't we? That's so much fun. It's a really great chat, and we really do understand why you would be the way that you be. And you could be just like a really bad person, bro, and just really take it out on other people, but you don't. You just think, act like you deserve to feel bad, but other people deserve to feel good about themselves. And so it's cool because a lot of people could go, well, if I feel bad about myself, other people are they wouldn't think that consciously, but
Right.
that's kind of what it would end up being. And my dad's like that, you know. My dad's not out here saying, "Oh no, I'll just be the one who feels bad about myself." Powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff, man. So maybe we should set up the basement and you can move in and see what it's like to have a. I mean, you know, Dad's not the most supportive, but well, he's more supportive and more better. He's more listening its and supportive its than I get the impression that your padres.
The other
demonstrate.
the other thing that is happening is my dad is losing his hearing. And his mom lost her hearing. My grandmother could not hear by the time she died, and I would like write things on it because I wanted to communicate her, and then she would get upset with me because she didn't want to acknowledge that she had a problem, and so we just didn't really communicate. So that's another thing about. I mean, all humans don't want to accept that their bodies are failing in old age, but that will make it even harder to communicate with Barb. He can't hear me,
Yeah.
and I
And then he might just do the same thing, right? Just avoid communication so as not to be reminded of that.
I see that happening. I really do.
Yeah.
And it's what's also strange is like this must be impacting his work. I mean,
Impacting.
there must be some difficulty unless he's just going like this with all his patients, like
Right.
right in this ear, just real loud. So
Right.
they must
And there's
notice
no way
that,
he is. Right.
but they don't care because they can just text him for a prescription or something. That's what I have to look forward to.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then you start yelling, right? Because they
Right.
can't hear, and then you're yelling because you're angry.
Yeah. Well, the yelling can even not only be it can absolutely. It can even augment, increase the anger, exacerbate the anger because it's because if you're yelling, then part of the brain's like, oh, we're mad.
Right.
You know what? Actually, we are. You're right.
Oh my god, I got a picture of Sienna. But I want her looking. I want to see her face, her eyes.
That's Paul's daughter.
That's Paul's daughter.
Wow.
Let's see if I have another good one. Super cute. Ah, look at her.
Wow.
Cute, right? Her name is Sienna.
Sienna.
Sienna's mom is like 6 feet tall, so I think Sienna's gonna be a tall girl, which is exciting because all of us mansers are looking short.
Why is she gonna be tall? Because Paul and his wife are tall.
His wife is 6 feet tall, and
So I'm going to America in about a month. For the first time, I'm
I guess that's supposed to gonna be funny. I'll look at that later. Okay, great. There's this person named Ava who is a friend of mine. We became friends in 2019 2019 when I started a filmmaking group. Didn't last very long, but
in Paris.
yeah, but I made a film. And just because it was just supposed to be the first film of many, you know. So when nobody else was really like stepping up to write and direct, the way I remembered it, I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So, have you seen that film? Let's watch it. Right.
Oh, is that what she just sent you that thing that we just saw?
Is that the short film I wrote and directed?
No, the guy who's coming to America.
Yeah, is that the short film I wrote and directed?
No, I'm just saying, or we're looking at this chat with her, right?
Right.
Okay, and so she sent you that. Okay, I'm just wondering why that played, and now I understand.
Oh, cause yeah, she sent that to me. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's Ava. It's hilarious how many times I had to do this shot because I wanted him to just like reach in his pocket, like pull his hand out of something, the lighter like falls.
Yeah.
He just kept like throwing it.
Bonjour. Excuse-moi de te déranger, mais est-ce que ça va?
Sorry, I don't speak French.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure everything's okay with you. Actually, I saw you in the train and was a bit concerned.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. Thanks.
Wait, well, it's just. Uh,
So, what do you think is happening?
well, I've seen this before with my brother. I've seen the warning signs and didn't act fast enough. You look so much like him, Benjamin. When I saw you, I said to myself, I can let it arrive again.
Lady, I don't know what happened with your brother. I don't. I'm sorry for whatever happened, but I'm not going on some rampage. I'm an actor. On my way to rehearsal, my director asked me to bring this hammer for the prop guy. I actually need this work so I can rehearse my lines. Okay?
Can we be real? You don't have to go through this alone anymore. You can talk to me. I know I took a long time to say something, but I just didn't know how to help. And I imagine you probably thought I didn't care. But look, what chance is that we're here together now? Wherever you've been, whatever you were going to do, whatever pain we've caused. Can we be real? We've all made mistakes. You don't have to go through this alone anymore. You can talk to me. But I'm here for you this time. We will not go down this way again. I know it took a long time to say something. No, we forgive. We make a better and happier future. No one else needs to die. What chances that we're here together now? No more suffering. Everything can be beautiful if we just transcend the mistakes of the past. I really believe that.
Terminus. Tous les voyageurs sont invités à descendre. Merci. All change, please. This train terminates here.
Let me save you. Let me be your confidential. But look, what chance is that we're here together now?
Isn't that fun? And that was because Ava was on a train one time and saw a guy with a hammer and a suit, and she's like, "That's weird." So she said that, and I was like, "Let's use it. Let's do it." And we made it from there, bro. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Not sure what happened in that, but looked artsy and fun, right? And like deep, right?
It did.
So great job. So that was the movie we made. And then we stopped. Not exactly sure the details, but we fell out of contact in like maybe 2021. And I thought she had killed herself because her YouTube channel had been deleted, her phone was number had changed. And when we had first met, she showed me scars from a previous attempt. So I emailed her a few times, and then so now we video chatted for the first time today while I was on the toilet there, and good. So get to check in on her, and so that's good. That's good. That's great. Yeah. Okay, so Sean's gonna be ready in 10 minutes. We're gonna be doing TFAS. Excuse me. Looking at some highlights and underlines.
Mm-hmm.
And now you understand how the document works. Let's ask ChatGPT really quickly. How can I live stream not an Uber, a Zoom conversation? Well, what am I confused about actually? Hey, can you hop into the Zoom on your computer? That's the first step. And so we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, so what are you doing? Is that a Zoom? You just got into my live stream.
That's what I thought you said.
No, can you hop in a Zoom chat in the Zoom, bro? So we're gonna test out how we can add this to the live stream.
Okay,
I did say the word live stream. That's true.
So I will close that then.
No, actually, because we do need to test it out, so you can keep it open. That was great thinking, buddy. Great job opening that. Thank you.
So I just heard something completely different than what you said. You said Zoom.
I think I said Zoom. That was the plan, anyway.
Oh, yep. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
But you're still in YouTube.
I know, but you said to go because I closed it.
Oh, right,
and
right.
you were
But then
like-
you just do Control Shift T, bro.
Okay, well,
Command Shift T. You don't know that stuff. That's okay. That's okay, bro. It's absolutely okay.
Alright, put that on mute, and then we're gonna go to Zoom. So do I have the link or what?
Same link, bro.
Okay, same link. One of these, you know, is the same link, I think.
Cancel. You don't need to download anything, bro. Cancel. Great job. And it's opening. You don't have to do that. You already did it. Oh, that's okay. You do it however you like.
Where is it?
Should open. Go to Zoom. Click on Zoom. What's happening?
You're right. It is happening. Join.
Okay, great. Now, yeah, do that. That's wonderful. Awesome.
I muted this.
Okay. What do you mean you muted something? Oh, you muted the computer. Okay, mute your audio, your microphone. See that microphone? There you go. Great job. Okay, so now let's go. Brilliant.
Where is it? Where is it? It's here, right?
No, bottom right hand corner. Sweet.
Great.
All right, now unmute your computer. And let's see what that. What's your volume at? Ba, 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 ba. Great. Oh, also, oh no, you can't. Because you can't, like, turn off your Zoom speaker volume, can you? No, I don't think so. Okay, can you go back to the Happy Father's Day? Okay, now you speak.
Hello. Test 1, 2, 3.
Okay, great job. Okay, now you can cut the volume off your computer. Great job. Really good job. Okay, so we are.
What's that?
I think it's a rain snake.
Oh.
But there are no drains in here. So
Right.
I'm not sure why it's here. It might just be decoration, bro. Okay, that's so much fun. Microphone's in a good spot. Great. PFAS ready to go. So you are on what page exactly?
I'm starting chapter 4.
You are starting chapter 4.
But I read the introduction in chapters 1 through 3.
Nice job, buddy. Really nice.
So I might
job.
need more time than a week to read 3 chapters, but we'll see. Right? Because that's what we're doing. We're doing 1 through 3, right?
Yeah, but that's 28 pages.
I know.
Okay,
it's
you
not-
knew that.
Yeah, I know it's not a lot. It's just like the material is a lot for
Totally,
me
bro.
to absorb.
Totally, bro. Remember earlier when I was talking about your self-deprecating stuff and about how they aren't really jokes about your presence here and your usefulness or something to the family and blah blah, and you were like, they are jokes. I literally don't believe any of that. And then we talked about the reasons why you do believe that stuff. Do you remember that? Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
And remember when you were like, you were like, please stop being mad at me because I haven't read more. And I was like, no, it's chill. No, I mean, I teased you a little bit, but no, it's chill. And you were like, okay, because I could sense that you were mad. And honestly, it's just I'm a slow reader and I'm a stupid bitch. And I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, honestly, I wasn't mad. I was just. And she's like, no, I know you were mad. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And those were all jokes, or?
No.
No.
Those
Okay.
definitely weren't jokes.
Oh, okay.
You were mad. Did they go inside?
Yeah.
God damn. Hey! Go inside!
Abby!
being in a Zoom and just looking at empty backgrounds.
Father? Hey, where's that wine that's there?
I hear somebody. Yo, yo.
What did you say?
Well, I said stand up straight, and then I was like, you fucking idiot, she's sitting.
Yo.
Yo!
What's happening?
Detail, not today, but to sort all of these books out.
Excuse me.
Which ones we can throw away, okay?
What? Hey, you want to say hi to Sean?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Sean.
happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you very much. How are you?
All right.
How was Canada? Or are you still going to Canada?
No, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Okay.
You look really sharp, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks, thank you.
Yeah.
You're looking pretty good too. I like the hair.
Who are we talking
Okay,
about?
who you see? Sarah?
So
Sarah?
many nice hairs.
No, no, you got to be very.
Let's talking to Harris.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Now,
you.
now Sarah and I feel offended.
Yeah.
You all have great hair.
Thank you, buddy.
So do you. If you're begging for a compliment. So do you.
Yeah. That's a really good look. A little beater under that shirt. That's great.
And also, I can't see any grey hairs on you from this distance.
That's amazing.
I got a couple in my beard gets a little
Yeah.
I'm grayer than you, bro.
salt and pepper, but that's about it so far.
So how about that?
I also have like 2 gray chest hairs that just kind of like.
No, you
It's
lose.
weird.
Okay.
Oh, Sarah wins though. It's probably
I-
what she was waiting to
I-
jump in.
I have a lot.
Yeah, I'll leave you guys to it.
Definitely more.
See you later.
Okay. He said more than Frank.
Hey, do you have a date when you're coming to Chicago?
Yeah, it'll probably be the weekend. Actually, might be before the weekend. Let's see. So I gotta be in. I'll probably try to drive out there on the 11th of July
Okay. Okay.
or the 12th, but
Okay.
that one of those days.
So is there still time for me to pay a visit to Washington?
There's not. There's
Okay.
probably not.
I like that.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'll be in Canada and then I got to go to Philly. It's just kind of a very narrow
Okay. Okay.
time that I'll be around.
Okay.
the
See you
next
in
few weeks.
Chicago then.
Yeah, but I mean, and it's also kind of miserable out here right now with like the humidity and things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just want to get to Washington D.C. to do the museum stuff, which I haven't done.
oh
Do it
yeah,
in the fall.
Yeah. Okay.
Right before
Yeah, I
you
would
go to
say, like,
England.
autumn would probably be a really nice time.
Or right after. Right after.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you guys to go on.
Okay.
Great job.
Why do you need
Every-
headphones?
Because I want to see what the live stream sounds like. Hey, Sean, what do you think about us live streaming this meeting to, uh, well, the only person that might watch it is my Turkish teenage friend, Steve. It doesn't look like he's here right now, so it might be to no audience. Is that gonna be a problem for you? Okay, I made it sound illegitimate to be a problem, but it can be legitimate.
Let's see. What? Yeah, I'm not crazy about being
Recording in progress.
Yeah, okay, very good. And do you think that's something that we'll be able to work up to?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I think if we were like if there's like yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would want more to feel more like structured and to have like a clear idea of like what I'm contributing to be public, you know?
Wait, hold
I
on.
get that live streaming is maybe more casual than that in a lot of cases, but like I don't really participate in that world at all.
Yeah. Sean, but do you know that, what do you think about, because maybe I never said this. I record these Zooms and then I put them with dash cam footage. I make YouTube videos out of it. I haven't published to you yet because I'm several months, more than several, behind in my editing. But I can show you an example. It's like it's our faces. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Do you know about this? Is this news to you?
If I'm being published on YouTube, yes, that is news to me. But you said you haven't gotten to me yet, so.
Right. Okay. But and that this was the plan. Is that news?
That is news.
Oopsies. Oopsie daisy. Wonder if it's news to other people.
Like me?
Is it news to you?
No.
Oh, okay. You said no, right?
I said no.
Okay. Great. Let's see. So, oops. Bop. So then we have okay, well, anyway, so basically I don't have an example of that right now, easy and available.
Echo 28 Bravo.
So you see, this is the format of my videos, okay? It's me driving.
See that you're definitely one of those. Pointing to the back of the room. No, pointing
I
to
think
the
I'm
front.
just looking at like a folder.
Huh. I don't understand why. Tell me more about this folder, bro.
It's like you just like opened up it's like a Finder window.
Okay. So, and that's
But it says
Oh, is this what he's saying?
oh, it's whatever you're saying. Oh, he's seeing Final Cut Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. Huh. Where is the fuck is the meeting? Oh, here's the meeting. Full screen. Share. Oh, but I didn't mean to see. I meant to say select this. Great.
There we go.
Great job. So it's me driving,
but just you
and then I have a video here,
and those guys.
And so then it would be like maybe Sean's face here, Eris's face here, Sarah's face here.
I'm back.
Chit-chatting about the mind and shit. And let me just show you the views on these. So for instance, I published this 4 days ago. 3 people have probably just clicked on it. If that helps with your anxieties where the lack of structure doesn't help.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
When you're doing something with me or Sean, would it go on like a driving video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything goes on driving videos
Oh.
now.
Oh. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Very good.
Just so that we can see something cool.
See something cool. Your mugs are cool.
Yeah, but not.
But also, it's even double cool because that's what people need.
Yeah.
That's what the people need, bro.
That is what
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not universally opposed to it. I'm not but you know, I think my apprehension about being on a video on the internet is that I feel like there's a lot of times where some like rando is like decontextualized and then looks foolish and it goes around, you know?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, even in context, I bet all three of us often look foolish.
Yes.
So probably the trick is probably to just
around
be
you
a
guys. I don't feel weird about looking foolish around you all.
right.
But I don't necessarily want the larger public to see me looking foolish.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So first of all, let me end this